annual Shakespeare benefit. I'm trying and we haven't even started the show yet. The benefit was created 22 years ago by Tom Oppenheim and Angela Vitale to honor the memory of Casey Keziah, a truly incredible Shakespeare teacher who unfortunately passed away from AIDS, but whose memory lives on vibrantly in our studio, as this benefit is a testament to. All donations from this benefit go straight to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, a charitable organization that funds not only research into potential cures for AIDS, but also to fund relief services and dozens of other charitable organizations. Anything and everything that you are willing to donate is immensely appreciated by us and will be given straight to Broadway Cares. Thank you in advance for anything that you can give. My partner in crime, James Swanson, cannot be with us tonight, but I would be remiss if I didn't give you some insight into our idea for this year's benefit. This year marks the 400th anniversary of Shakespeare's death, which seems like something of a grim occasion to celebrate. However, James and I wanted to honor this momentous occasion by venturing with the bard into the unknown, into magic, into mystery, into madness. The scenes and monologues that you are about to see were chosen and cast by James and myself, but truly shaped by the students, alumni, administrators, and faculty that have contributed to this incredible event. I have nothing but love and pride for all of them, and I hope you will join me in feeling that way. And now, without further ado, what a way to start. Elsa is, sorry guys. Sorry, Elsa, is there, did something get plugged? No, just leave them for a sec. Sorry, I'll come. Give me half a second.
I thought that was planned.
Who's there?
They answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king!
Bernardo,
He?
you come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
For this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold and I am sick at heart.
Have you had quiet, guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
I think I hear them.
Stand ho! Who's there?
Friends to this ground,
and liegemen to the Dane.
Give you good night.
Oh. Farewell, honest soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Bernardo has my hour. Give you good night.
Oh, Bernardo.
Say, what, is Horatio there?
a piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
I have seen no thing.
Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him, touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us. Therefore, I have entreated him along with us, that he may watch the minutes of this night, that if again this apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, 'twill not appear.
Sit down a while, and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story, what we have 2 nights seen.
Well, sit we down, and let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole had made his course to illume that part of heaven where now it burns, Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating one.
Peace! Break the oath. Look where it comes again.
I, that please some, try all, both joy and terror, of good and bad, that makes and unfolds error. Now, take upon me, in the name of time, to use my wings. Impute it not a crime to me or my swift passage that I slide o'er 16 years and leave the growth untried of that wide gap. Your patience this allowing, I turn my glass. And give my scene such growing as you had slept between. Leontes leaving, the effects of his fond jealousies, so grieving that he shuts up himself. Imagine me, gentle spectators, that I now may be in fair Bohemia, and remember well I mentioned a son of the king's, which Florizel I now name to you, and with speed so paced to speak of Perdita, now grown in grace, equal with wondering. Oh, what of her ensues I list not prophesy, but let time's news be known when 'tis brought forth. A shepherd's daughter. And what to her adheres, which follows after, is the argument of time. Of this allow, if ever you've spent time worse ere now, if never, yet that time herself doth say, she wishes earnestly you never may.
Ill-wit by moonlight prowls, Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon. Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin, sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest step of India, but that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buck-skinned mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to bring their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Knowing I know thy love to Theseus, didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Perigena, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Aegle break his faith with Ariadne and Antiope?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the middle summer spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain, or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling winds, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in the land, hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fat with the Murrian flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter cheer. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hymes's thin and icy crown and odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest.
The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order.
And in the spiced Indian air by nightfall often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. When we have laughed to see the sails conceive, and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and back again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus's wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and join our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it, and see it, and though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit, that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust, but that I am mad. Oh, or else the lady's mad. Oh, and yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch with such smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast, and take my milk for gall. You murdering ministers, where in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come,
Was ist geschehen? Sag mir, wo die Blumen sind. Mädchen pflückten sie geschwind. Wann wird man je verstehen? Wann wird man je verstehen? No longer mourn for me when I am dead. Then you shall hear the surely sullen bell give warning to the world that I am fled from this vile world with vilest worms to dwell. Nay, if you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so, that I in your sweet thought would be forgot, if thinking on me then should make you woe. Oh, if I say you look upon this verse, when I perhaps compounded am with clay, do not so much as my poor name rehearse, but let my life even, but let your love, even with my life declare. Lest the wise world should look into your moan and mock you with me after I am gone.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial that willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is, and therefore make her grave straight. The crowner hath sat on her and finds it Christian burial.
Well, how can that be? Unless she drowned herself in her own defense.
Why, 'tis found so.
Well, it must be se offendendo, it cannot be else. For here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. And an act hath three branches. It is to act, to do, to perform. Our God, she drowned herself wittingly.
Nay, but here you go, Delbert.
Nearly. Here lies the water. Good? Here stands the man. Good? If the man goes to the water and drowns himself, it is will he, nil he goes. Mark you that. But if the water comes to him and drowns him, he drowns not himself. Our God, he that is guilty not of his own death, shortens not his own life.
But is this law?
Ah, Mary, it's Crowner's quest law.
Well, you had the truth on it. If this had not been a gentlewoman, she should be buried out of Christian burial.
Why, there thou sayest. And the more pity that great folks should have countenance in this world to drown or hang themselves, more than they're even Christian. Oh, come, my spade. There is no ancient gentleman but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They uphold Adam's profession.
Oh, was he a gentleman?
He was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had none.
What? Art a heathen? The scripture says Adam did it. Could he dig without arms? I'll put another question to thee. If thou answerest not to the purpose, confess thyself.
Go to it!
What is he that is stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter? maker. Or in that frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
I like that with well and good faith. The gallows does well. But how does it well? It does well to those that do in. Now thou dost ill to say the gallows is built stronger than the church. Therefore, the gallows may do well to thee. To it again. Come.
What is he that is stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, and the carpenter?
Ah, tell me that, and unyoke.
Mary, now I can tell.
Oh, to it.
Mass, I cannot tell.
Cudgel thy brains no more about it, for your dull ass will not mend the pace of reading. And when you are asked the question next, say a grave maker. The house of doomsday. Go, get me to Johann, and fetch me a stoop of liquor.
Quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. Was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sterns good night. He's about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their posets, that death and nature do contend about them whether they do live or die.
Who's there? What about?
Alack, I am afraid they have a weight and 'tis not done. The intent and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready, could not miss him. I did not resemble my father as he slept. I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Did thou not hear a noise?
You heard the owl's scream and the cricket's cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended. Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Don't obey.
Oh, this is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers, and addressed them again to sleep.
They are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen, the other. So they did see me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not pronounce amen when they did say, God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most needs of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us
And
mad.
methought I heard a voice. Cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. The death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, the balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Stella cried, sleep no more to all the house. Galamus hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that's cried? I, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of these things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them, and smear the sleeping grooms with blood.
No, go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but his pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Quick, whence is that knocking? with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? They pluck out my eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, yet I shade to wear a heart so white. I hear knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our team. A little water clears us of this deed. Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, we're knocking. Go, get on your nightgown. Lest the occasion call us angels, show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed were better not to know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking! I would thou couldst.
Nie będziesz bił, aż skonam w krzyku, lecz iść od ciebie nie mam sił, ty psie nędzniku. Pragnę twoją być, o mój jedyny. Całuj aż po krwi, tak dobrze mi. My love is as a fever, longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease, feeding on that which doth preserve the ill, the uncertain sickly appetite to please. My reason, the physician to my love, angry that his prescriptions are not kept, have left me, and I, desperate now approved, desirous death. Which physic did accept? Past cure I am, now reason is past care, and frantic mad with ever more unrest. My thoughts and my discourse as madness are, at random from the truth, vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair, thought thee bright, who art as black as hell, as dark as night.
Do you hear, Forster?
Very well. But would you?
I pray you. What is the clock?
You should ask me what time of day. There's no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
And why not the swift foot of time? Had not that been as proper?
By no means, sir. Time travels in diverse paces with diverse persons. I'll tell you who time ambles withal, who time trots withal, who time gallops withal, and who time stands still withal.
I prithee, who do thee trot withal?
Marry, he trots hard with a young maid between the contract of her marriage and the day it is solemnized.
Who ambles time withal?
With a priest that lacks land, and a rich man that hath not the gout, for the one sleeps easily because he cannot study, and the other lives merrily because he feels no pain. The one lacking the burden of lean and wasteful learning, the other knowing no burden of heavy tedious penury. These time ambles withal.
Who does he gallop withal?
With a thief to the gallows, for though he go as softly as foot can fall, he thinks himself too so there.
Who stays at still withal?
With the lawyers in the vacation, for they sleep between term and term, and then they perceive not how time moves.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
With this shepherdess, my sister. Here in the skirts of the forest, like fringe on a petticoat.
Are you native of this place?
As the coney that you see dwell where she is kindled.
Your accent is something finer than one could purchase and so remove to dwell in.
I have been told so of many. But indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak, who was in his youth an inland man, one who knew courtship too well, for there he fell in love. I've heard him read many lectures against it, and I, thank God, I am not a woman. To be touched with so many giddy offenses that he hath generally taxed their whole sex withal.
What were some of the principal evils he laid to the charge of women?
There were none principal. They were all like one another as halfpence are. Every one fall, seeming monstrous, till his fellow folk came to match it.
I prithee, recount some of them.
No. I will not cast away my physic, but on those that are sick. There is a man haunts the forest that abuses our young plants, with carving Rosalind on their barks, hangs odes upon hawthorns, elegies on brambles, all, forsooth, deifying the name of Rosalind. If I can be that fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shamed. I pray you, tell me your remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me to know a man in love, in which cage of rushes I am sure you are not prisoner.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not. A blue eye and sunken, which you have not. An unquestionable spirit, which you have not. A beard neglected, which you have not. Though I pardon you for that, for you are simply having in beard as a younger brother's revenue. Then your hose should be unguarded, your bonnet unband, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man. You are rather in point device in your accoutrement, as loving yourself rather than loving any other.
Fair youth, I would I could make thee believe I love.
Me believe it, you may soon make her that you love believe it, which I warrant she is apter to do than to confess she does. That is one of the points in which women still give the lie to their consciences. But in are you he that hangs the verses on the trees wherein Rosalind is so am I?
I swear to thee, youth, by the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he. That unfortunate he.
And are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is nearly a madness, and I tell you, deserves as well a dark house and a whip as madmen do. And the only reason they are not so punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. Yet, I profess curing it by counsel.
Have you ever cured any so?
Yes. One. And in this manner. He was to imagine me his love, his mistress. And I set him forth every day to woo me. At which time would I, being but a moonish youth, grieve, be effeminate, changeable, longing and liking, proud, fantastical, apish, shallow, inconstant, full of tears, full of smiles, for every passion something, and for no passion truly anything, as boys and women for the most part are cattle of this color, would now like him, now loathe him, then entertain him, then forswear him, now weep for him, then spit at him, that I drave my suitor from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness, which was to forswear the full stream of the world Rosalind to live in a nook merely monastic. And thus I cured him. And this way will I take it upon me to wash your liver as clean as a sound sheep's heart. There shall not be one spot of love in it.
I would not be cured, youth.
I would cure you if you would but call me Rosalind and come every day to my cot and woo me.
Now, by the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where you live.
Okay, go with me to it and I'll show it you. By the way, you shall tell me where in the forest you live. Will you go?
With all my heart. Good youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Will you go?
Now, sister, what's the comfort?
Why, as all comforts are, most good indeed. Lord Angelo, having affairs to heaven, intends you for his swift ambassador, where you shall be in everlasting leisure. Therefore your best appointment make with speed. Tomorrow you set on.
Is there no remedy?
None, but such remedy as to save a head to cleave a heart in twain.
But is there any?
Yes, brother, you may live. There is a devilish mercy in the judge, if you'll implore it, that will free your life, but fetter you till death.
Perpetual durance?
Aye, just perpetual durance. Restraint, though all the world's vastity you had to a determined scope.
But in what nature?
In such a one as you consenting to it would bark that honor from the trunk you bear and leave you naked.
Let me know the point.
Oh, I do fear thee, Claudio, and I quake lest thou shouldst a feverous life entertain, and 6 or 7 winters more respect than a perpetual honor. Darest thou die? The sense of death is most an apprehension. The poor beetle that we tread upon in corporal sufferance finds a pang as great as when a giant dies.
Why give you me this shame? Think you I can resolution fetch from flowery tenderness? If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride, and hug it in mine arms.
There spake my brother. There my father's grave did utter forth a voice. Yes, thou must die. Thou art too noble to conserve a life in base appliances. This outward sainted deputy, whose settled visage and deliberate word nips youth in the head and follies doth anew, as falcon doth the fowl. His filth within being cast he would appear upon as deep as hell.
The frenzy, Angela.
Oh, 'tis the cunning livery of hell, the damnedest body to infest and cover in frenzy guards. Dost thou think, Claudio, if I should yield him my virginity, thou mightest be free?
Heavens, it cannot be.
Yes, you would give it thee from this rank offense, so to offend him still. Tonight's the night that I should do what I abhor to name, or else tomorrow thou diest.
Thou shalt not do it.
But my life, I throw it down for your deliverance as frankly as a pin.
Thanks, dear Isabel.
Be ready, Claudio, for your death tomorrow.
Yes. Has he affections in him that thus can make him bite the law by the nose when he would force it? Sure, it is no sin. Or of the deadly 7, it is the least. If it were damnable, he being so wise, why would he, for the momentary trick, be perdurably fined? Oh, Isabel.
What says my brother?
Death is a fearful thing.
And shamed life a hateful.
Aye, but to die and go, we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot. This sensible, warm motion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or reside in thrilling region of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in the viewless winds, and blown with restless violence round about the pendant world, or to be worse than worst of those that lawless and in certain thought imagine howling. 'Tis too horrible. The weariest and most loathed worldly life that age, ache, penury, and imprisonment can lay on nature is a paradise to what we fear of death.
Alas,
Sweet
alas!
sister, let me live. What sin you do to save a brother's life, nature dispenses with the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.
Oh, you beast! Oh, faithless coward! Oh, dishonest wretch! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? It's not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame. What should I think? Heaven shield my mother played my father fair for such a wart slip of wilderness ne'er issued from his blood. Take my defiance. Die, perish, might but my bending down reprieve thee from thy death it should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no word to save thee.
Nay, hear me,
Oh,
Isabel.
fie! Thy sin's not accidental, but a trade. Mercy to thee would prove itself a bond. 'Tis best that thou diest quickly.
Oh, hear me! Isabella!
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace. Day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow for a player. Struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury. Signifying nothing.
Since brass, nor stone, nor earth, nor boundless sea, but sad mortality o'ersways their power, how with this rage can beauty stand a plea, whose action is no stronger than a flower? How shall summer's honey breath hold out against this wrackful siege of battering days, when rocks impregnable are not so stout, nor gates of steel so strong, but time decays? Oh, fearful meditation, where? Alack, may time's best jewel from time's chest lie hid? Or what strong hand can hold his swift foot back? Or who his spoil of beauty can forbid? Oh,
unless this miracle have might, that in black ink my love may still shine bright.
My honored lord!
My most dear lord! My excellent good friends! How dost thou feel in sir? Ah, Rosencrantz! Good lads, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
And that we are not over happy. On Fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoe.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist or in the middle of her favors?
Faith, her privates we.
Ooh, the secret parts of Fortune. Oh, most true. She is a strumpet. What news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of Fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
Well, then is the world one?
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why, then, 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why, then, your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambition. For the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly, but I hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow's shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies, and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows. Shall we to the court? For by my fay I cannot reason.
The regent conquers and the Frenchmen fly. Now help, ye charming spells and ferrets, and ye choice spirits that admonish me and give me signs of future accidents. You speedy helpers that are substitutes under the lordly monarch of the north, appear and aid me in this enterprise. This speedy and quick appearance argues proof of your accustomed diligence to me. Now ye familiar spirits that are called out of the powerful legions under earth, help me this once that France may get the field. Oh, hold me not with silence overlong, where I was wont to feed you with my blood. I'll lock a member off and give it you in earnest of a further benefit, so you do condescend to help me now. No hope to have redress. My body shall pay recompense if you will grant my suit. Cannot my body nor blood sacrifice entreat you to your wanted furtherance, then take my soul, my body, soul, and all before that England give the French the foil. See, they forsake me! Now the time has come that France must veil her lefted plummet crest and let her head fall into England's lap. My ancient incantations are too weak and held too strong for me to buckle with. Now, France, thy glory droopeth to the dust.
Thrice the banded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Hark your cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw. Toad, that under cold stone days and nights has 31 sweltered venom sleeping got. Boil thou first in the charmed pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf. Of the raven, salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark. Add thereto a tiger's chaudron. These are the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and everyone will share in the gains.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open looks, whoever knocks.
Yes, sir, to Milford Haven, which is the way? I thank you. By yon bush? Pray, how far thither? Oh, Paterkin's gonna be 6 mile yet? I've gone all night. Faith, I'll lay down and sleep. What's up? No bedfellow. Oh, gods and goddesses!
These flowers are like the pleasures of the world. This bloody man, the care on it. I hope I dream. For so I thought I was a cave keeper and cook to honest creatures, but 'tis not so. 'Twas a bolt, nothing, shot, nothing, which the brain makes of fumes. Our very eyes are sometimes like our judgments, blind. Good faith. Tremble still with fear, but if there be yet left in heaven as small a drop of pity as a wren's eye, fear God's a part of it. The dream's here still. Even when I wake, it is without me, as within me, not imagined, felt. A headless man. The garments of Posthumus. I know the shape of his leg. This is his hand. His foot, mercurial, his martial thigh, the bronze of Hercules, but his jovial face. Murder in heaven, how? 'Tis gone. Bassanio. All curses matted Hecuba gave the Greeks, and mine to boot be darted on thee. Thou conspired with that irregulous devil Claudius, hast here cut off my lord. To write and read be henceforth treacherous. Damn Bassanio with his forged letters. Damn Bassanio from this most bravest vessel of the world struck the main top. Oh, Posthumus, alas, where is thy head? Where is that? I mean, where is that? Bassanio might have killed thee at the heart and left his head on. How could this be? Bassanio, to see in Claudius, malice and lucre in them have laid this woe here. Oh, 'tis pregnant. The drug he gave me, which he said was precious and cordial to me, have I not found it murderous to the senses? That confirms it home. This is Bassanio's deed. And Claudius. Give color
to my pale cheek with thy blood, that we the hoarder may seem to those which chance to find us. Oh, my lord, my lord.
Where's Peace Blossom? Ready. Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb? Ready. Good, Monsieur Cobweb. Good, Monsieur. Get your weapons at hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on a thistle and bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in action, Monsieur. And good Monsieur, take care of the honey bag, don't break. I would loathe to have you overflown with a honey bag. I must to a barber, for methinks I'm marvelously hairy. And I'm such an ass. And when my hair doth tickle, I must scratch. But I pray, tell to your people not to stare me, for I have sleep come upon me.
Do thy worst to steal thyself away. For term of life thou art assured mine, and life no longer than thy love will stay, for it depends upon that love of thine. Then need I not to fear the worst of wrongs, when in the least of them my life had end. I see a better state to me belongs than that which on thy humor doth depend. Thou canst not vex me with inconstant mind, since that my life on thy revolt doth lie. Oh, what a happy title do I find. Happy to have thy love, happy to die. But what so blessed fair that fears no blot? Thou makest me false, and yet I know it not. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose.
Then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of tiny little atomy over men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes are made of long spinner's legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, her traces of the smallest spider's web, her collar of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film. Her wagoner, a small grey-coated gnat, not half so big as a round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner squirrel, or old grub. Having a mind, the fairy's coachman. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees that dream on curtsies straight, or lawyers' fingers that straight dream on fees. or lady's lips. That straight on kisses dream. Because their breath with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she gallop o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. And sometimes she drideth over a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats. Of breeches, of bustados, Spanish blades, of hilts, 5 fathom deep. And then anon, drums at his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is the very man that plates the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf locks into foul, sluttish hairs, which once untangled much misfortune bodes. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, which presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
I your true love know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoe. Men Ophelia, hvor kommer den her sang dog fra? Say you, nay, pray you, Mark. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, at his heels a stone. Men Ophelia, though, I pray you, Mark. White his shroud is the mountain snow, larded all with sweet flowers, which bewept to the ground did not go with true love showers. Well, God heiled you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table. Pray, let's have no words of this. But if they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, all in mourning be time. And I'm a maid at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and ducked the chamber door. Let in the maid that out a maid never departed more. Indeed, without an oath, I'll make an end on it. By Jesus and by Saint Charity, alack and fie for shame. Young men will do it if they come to it. By cock they are to blame. Quothed she, you promised me. Before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. He answers, so would I have done by yonder sun, and thou hast not come to my bed. I hope everything will be well. We must be patient. And yet, I cannot choose but weep to think they lay him cold ground. My brother shall know of it, as I. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night!
right shrewdly. It is very cold.
It is a living and eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks at 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed. I heard it not. And we are nearing the season wherein our spirit held his wont to walk. Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Be thou a spirit of health, or goblin damned. Bring with thee airs from heaven or blasts from hell.